Rather than seeing mystical or magical ideas as a means to narcissistic power or moral freedom, they emphasized an unlikely ethic of social progress and individual betterment. These religious radicals, acting outside the folds of traditional churches and mostly overlooked or ignored in the pages of history, transformed a young nation into the launching pad for the revolutions in therapeutic and alternative spirituality that swept the earth in the 19th and 20th centuries, even reigniting mystical traditions in the East. Sons of Frankenstein. In her 1818 novel Frankenstein, Mary Shelley offered a stirring portrait, not sympathetic, but not as unsympathetic as many suppose, of the European occult in the Age of Enlightenment in the 1700s. Her budding scientist, Victor Frankenstein, was torn between the occult visions that drew him to science as a child and the materialist philosophy of his peers. It was very different when the masters of science sought immortality and power. Such views, although futile, were grand. But now the scene was changed. I was required to exchange chimeras of boundless grandeur for realities of little worth. In the public mind, the occultist craved immortality, deific power, and limitless knowledge. It was an image that popular occultists often fed. The 19th century French magician Eliphas Levi fancied the occult arts a science which confers on man powers apparently superhuman. England's great beast, Aleister Crowley, extolled self-gratification in his best-known maxim, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." The standard-bearers of the American occult took a different path. They sought to remake mystical ideas as tools of public good and self-help. The most influential trance medium of the 19th century, Andrew Jackson Davis, called the Poughkeepsie Seer after his Hudson Valley, New York home, enthralled thousands with visions of heaven as a place that included all the world's people, black, white, Indian, and followers of every religion. In early America, the occult and liberalism were closely joined, especially in the movement of Spiritualism, or contacting the dead, whose newspapers and practitioners were ardently abolitionist and suffragist. For women, spiritualist practices, from seances to spirit channeling, became vehicles for the earliest forms of religious and political leadership. The first American-born woman to become a recognized public preacher was Jemima Wilkinson. In 1776, at age 24, she claimed to have died and returned to life as a medium of the divine spirit, calling herself the public universal friend. The friend, like the Rhine Valley mystics and Andrew Jackson Davis, remained a Christian. While her claims of supernatural rebirth and spirit channeling fell squarely within the occult framework, her religious perspective was unmistakably scriptural. For a time, this was the nature of most American occultists, and it would never fully disappear. Few of them expressed any feelings of contradiction between Christian devotion and arcane methods of practice. Eventually, the occult and its acolytes came to branch ever more clearly into a separate and distinct spiritual culture, though not necessarily shedding a Christian moral outlook. In the years between the Civil War and World War II, Americans took a do-it-yourself approach to many aspects of life, including the occult. Their enthusiasms resulted in strange inventions like the Ouija board, a boom in pop astrology, and a revolution in metaphysical mail-order courses and